Hello, and welcome to the first ever Crepuscular Content podcast with James and Will.
Crepuscular Content.
I'm James.
I'm Will.
Hello. And here's our intro. You can listen at dusk, you can listen at dawn, from a big elephant to a little prawn. Exciting features with exciting names. Crepuscular Content with Will and James. So this podcast has got a couple features in it that we think you'd like. And we hope you get a giggle.
I've had a giggle.
Right, well, we are both zoologists.
We are.
Or have a degree in zoology. We've not really done much of it yet.
I wouldn't call myself a zoologist.
But we've got some background knowledge in animals. So we can drop an animal fact every now and then.
From time to time.
From time to time. The dinosaur facts, Will. Got many of them?
Dinosaur facts? I can't
facts.
say I do.
So,
I think I forget from time to time that dinosaurs actually existed, you know.
it's quite frowned upon dinosaurs. Get seen as a bit of a nerd if you mention them.
Understandable.
I love my dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit of a dino freak.
I can respect that.
Yeah. But I noticed there's a stigma with dinosaurs. So I can drop an animal fact, say a lion's got big mouth. But if I say a diplodocus has got a long neck...
You've been shunned instantly.
I'm a nerd.
You're a social outcast.
I'm a fucking nerd. I went to the Natural History Museum about a year ago, and I told my brothers that I went, and I was telling them all about the dinosaurs, and they called me a prehistoric prick. And I was like, oh. So I've decided to do a feature called Dinosaur of the Day.
You're going to bring them around, are you?
I'm going to try to say some dinosaur facts.
Right.
That people, the listeners, the very limited listeners,
Right.
can share with their friends.
I mean, how limited is limited, James?
Where we're going to have at least 2 views, me and you check in to see how this is getting on.
Yeah, that could double up when we check in a week's time.
That's about, at least you'll have some good dinosaur facts. Right. So I've prepared a jingle for us that I made previous to this.
Okay.
So I'm going to play that for you now.
Hit me with it.
Dinosaur, 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 dinosaur of the day. Dinosaur of the day.
Oh, that was good. I feel like
that?
we could have done with a ksh at the end, you know, just to round it out. A ksh.
I went for a dinosaur of the day.
Hey.
Like a big up. Here we go.
Okay.
Right, I've selected today's dinosaur of the day as the Triceratops.
The Triceratops.
The Triceratops.
Right. So, if you can think back to when you were in school and you're sort of, you know, you're a little excited schoolboy.
I was.
Learning about dinosaurs before
Loved
you
it.
realised how nerdy they truly were.
Yeah.
There's a lot of words you might read in your little dinosaur books that you never actually hear spoken out loud in person because no adults talk about dinosaurs ever.
I'm trying to bring them back.
So if you picture the word Triceratops written down on paper, you could be forgiven for pronouncing it slightly differently to others. And there was a kid that I knew who, when he was in primary school. I can't imagine he will. I mean, he's not one of our 2 viewers, James or Will.
Might drop him a link.
Drop him a link. I'm not sure he'd appreciate it. Anyway, back in school, his teacher was testing the class and all their dinosaurs, and it was his moment to shine. He'd been training for this his whole 9 years of life. And she points to this dinosaur and she's like, does anyone know what this dinosaur is? And he sits up proudly in his chair, he puffs his chest out, and he raises his hand as high as he can, you know, with his bum shifting off the chair a little bit. And he proudly calls out, "As a Triceratops, miss." He was crushed to learn that he was incorrect.
Oh.
Absolutely devastated.
So the Triceratops, Will, it lived in the Cretaceous period, which was 63 million years ago, which is also 850,000 UK human life cycles ago. The reason I chose UK life cycles is because that tends to be 80 years, which I use as the benchmark. Because I did look for a global one that was considerably lower. That was 850,000 human life cycles ago. Triceratops was stomping.
UK human life cycles.
UK human life cycles. I've got some quick facts for you about it. It's a very big animal. It is 8.5 metres long.
8.5 metres long.
8.5 metres long.
How many metres tall is it, James?
Oh, it's 3 metres tall, Will.
Oh.
And that's also the same as 19 KFC bargain buckets tall.
Oh!
And it's also as long as 14 Labradors.
Okay.
And 142 gummy worms.
I want to know your calculations here, James. How have you calculated
What I've done is
how many gummy worms?
I've googled gummy worm length, and it's given me a size
Okay.
of about 6 centimetres.
I mean, what brand have you gone for here?
I've just typed in gummy worm.
Just generic gummy worm.
Generic gummy worm.
Tesco's brand? Sainsbury's own?
Well, I searched it, and I settled on 6 inches. No, 6 centimetres.
Okay.
And what I did, I then divided the 3 metres, the 300 centimetres, by the 6 centimetres, and that got me 142 gummy worms long. Right.
You've had a productive evening there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It also weighs 9 tonnes, Will.
9 tonnes, which
9
is how many gummy worms?
I've not done a gummy worm ratio on this one.
Okay.
But I have done an apple ratio. It would be 63,000 apples.
Would this be golden delicious by any chance?
These will be, oh God, what are they called? Granny Smiths.
Granny Smiths.
Granny Smiths.
Good old Granny Smith.
Also, in pound coins, Will. How much do you think 9 tonnes of pound coins is?
I mean, how many pounds are there in a ton? It's just a trick question.
Well, the Triceratops, or Triceratops, as Will's friend calls it, 9 tonnes, which is 947,368 pound coins. So if a genie ever says, "What do you want, Will?" say, "I want a Triceratops worth of pound coins."
That's a good shout.
That's nearly £1 million. Right, 9 tonnes is also the same as 375 T11 military-grade USA parachutes.
Oh. I mean, that's an interesting scale of measurement. I didn't think a parachute would weigh that much either.
Well, if you think it's tucked into their rucksack.
Yeah.
And that's on their back.
Okay.
And then I guess it's just the rucksack thing with a side chute.
Only 378, you said?
75.
375? Surely you don't want your parachute to weigh that much, given that it's meant to be...
1 tonne is 1,000 kilos. So, that's...
I like that you've got all of this written down, you know, little sheet in front of you.
Well, I've done my research to make this good. I'm trying to... It's a lot. I remember when I saw it, it said they're about, like, 15 kilos.
I guess it makes sense.
Ish. That's not good. Someone's going to calculate this. No, they're not. They're not. I don't know why they're not. And that is all I've got for Dinosaur of the Day. Tune in next week to see what next week's dinosaur is. Dinosaur. 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 Dinosaur of the day. Dinosaur of the day. So, Will, have you thought of any features? Because I've tasked you this week to try and get some. And at the moment, you've given me cockle.
Well, yesterday, as you know, was a bank holiday, and I had a very...
Right, I just want to describe how Will's sat right now. He's arched over the table,
right,
on a little chair, and he's got a post-it pad in front of him, and he's clutching it with both hands, and he's looking at it really intently, and he's really excited. He's sort of shuffled off the seat like he took the piss out that little boy earlier doing with the Triceratops. Continue, Will.
I mean, I've spent a whole day preparing for it. I say a whole day. I had a quiet moment at work, and I got out a little notepad.
What if your co-workers
and a pen, and
I
drew
this, and they go, "Look what he said. He's not working when he's at work."
I mean, it was a quiet day. What are they going to do?
They're going to go, "Will, we've got evidence of you not working at work," and it's just you going Triceratops.
Triceratops. It's fine. Anyway, I spent my day at work designing a flowchart specifically for you, James.
Oh.
And for the very first episode of Crepuscular Content.
Oh.
Ooh. Right, so I was sat there, I was thinking about how boring my day was, how slowly it was going.
Okay.
And I thought, you know what, I can't complain. It could be worse. Life could be worse. I could be a peasant in the Middle Ages. So I spent some time thinking about what life would be like as a peasant in the Middle Ages.
Okay.
And I thought I would put you through the test of peasanthood.
Ooh.
In the Middle Ages, James. So this is...
Is this going to have a theme tune?
A theme tune? I'd not planned that far ahead.
Should we add in a bit of silence now
Okay.
to edit into one?
Right.
James. Ooh. Through time. Boo boo. Is he drinking water? Shh shh. Or is it wine? Do 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 do. Royal or pauper, farmer's daughter. Nobody knows when he's going to be. It's James through time.
That was a good theme.
That was a good theme. I'm glad we prepared that in advance. Okay, what we'll do is we'll start off with James's day in the life of a peasant.
Okay.
So you've woken up in your little hovel.
Okay.
Your little
Hovel.
hovel.
Hovel. What have you said?
Have I mispronounced hovel?
Hovel.
Oh dear.
Hovel.
I mean, we're off to a good start, aren't we? You've woken up in your little hovel. Your little flea-ridden bed.
Yeah.
And you've crawled out of your little bedroom,
What am I
which is also
crawling?
your kitchen
Okay.
and also your dining room.
Right.
And you've gone to get breakfast for the day. Start you off right for the day.
Okay.
Upon opening your singular cupboard, it's a very small place.
Okay. Am I a pauper or am I a rich man?
No, you're a peasant, James.
Oh, I am, aren't I?
You are a
I
peasant.
completely disregarded all the setup you've just done.
You've got
I'm
way ahead of
I'm
yourself.
sorry.
You think far too much of yourself in the Middle Ages.
Well.
Right. So you've opened your cupboard,
I
your
have.
singular cupboard,
Yeah.
and you've had a little rummage around.
Is there like a bit of dust that goes...
Yeah. All you can find though is a plate of rotten meat. It's got a couple of maggots, sort of.
Is it cooked meat that's gone bad, or is it literally just uncooked?
It's very
rotting?
much uncooked, rotting meat. You've got a few maggots lurking about.
Okay.
It's gone a bit grey, you know.
Okay.
So what are you going to do? It's all you've got in the house, and you're a peasant, you know.
So my challenge
beggars
is...
can't be choosers and all.
My challenge is to try and make this into a dish.
Are you gonna? Well, I don't know. You could try. You could eat the rotten meat, or you
Oh
could
my
go
God, I
hungry
just
for the
realised
day.
what you've done. It's like the adventure books where it says turn to page so and so.
That is
oh,
exactly
this is
what
amazing.
it is, but there's no going back, unfortunately.
Whoa.
If you
Whoa.
go down a bad path,
Whoa.
then you've gone down a bad path.
Christ.
So, are you gonna try and make a dish out of your rotten meat? Maybe throw some some dead blue bottles in there,
Can I use the knowledge I know
or are you gonna go hungry?
of cleanliness and hygiene
Okay.
to make this decision? Or am I literally peasant that I'm
No,
hungry?
you're James the peasant, so you've got
Okay.
your knowledge from
Right,
today.
well I'm gonna weigh this up. So I could sort of cut around the bits that maggots are directly on.
You could do.
But it's most likely they've been eating that for a while.
Yeah.
And while my daughter starves and my family's dying.
Mm.
I don't know what I do.
I mean, you've
don't
got to
wanna-
make a choice for
I
the
d-
game to continue.
I don't want to go hungry, because what if I say go hungry, then all of a sudden I've got to do some physical exercise.
Mm.
Do you know what? I'm gonna eat it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook it to an absolute fucking crisp.
Okay.
Really, really burn.
Right.
To hope that I've killed any crap in it.
That sounds like a wise decision.
And I'm gonna consume that, give a bit to my dying daughter, my dying wife, my dying son.
So you've shared.
And hope that sustains them.
Okay.
Have I not got a family?
You've got a family. You have got a family. You've got a
Okay.
very big family. There's no contraception in those days.
Oh,
and
there's
you're
not.
fucking going at it like a rabid rabbit.
Whoa!
Right.
God.
Okay, so you've eaten the meat. You've eaten the rotten meat. You've seared it, but you've eaten it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So we're gonna go about the rest of your day now.
Okay.
So, as a peasant, naturally, the first thing you do when you leave the house in the morning is you're gonna go to the crowded market, and you're gonna beg
The bazaar.
the bazaar, and you're gonna set up a little spot on the cobblestone street,
Okay.
and you're gonna beg. You're
Why
gonna
am I-
whack out your
why
little
am I-
flat cap.
Why am I begging?
And you're gonna because you're
I not, like,
poor and you
look
had
for-
rotten meat for breakfast, James.
Okay, I'll beg.
You're gonna beg. So the begging, it's going well. You've got a few coppers in your flat cap.
A few tuppence.
Did they wear flat caps in the Middle Ages? What are those little like
No,
dangly things they had?
That's like Peaky Blinders.
what?
the little
Yeah.
flat
What are
cap.
the like? They've got like
That's
ears
that's
almost.
the Renaissance.
What are they called?
This is literally bubonic plague era.
You're in the bubonic plague. You are in the bubonic plague era.
And like witches getting burned at the stake. They haven't got fancy big hats.
No, was the one? It's like a.
I'm not Michelangelo.
It looks like rabbit ears. You know, like you get the winter hats, but it's not winter. It's
See,
like
all
leather.
I can think now you said rabbit ears and a hat is, the alien from Star Wars that's got like the blue tights on her head. You know the one I
Sakura.
mean?
I do know the name.
Yeah,
Alan Sakura.
the one that gets put into the pit.
Yeah.
What's that monster called?
The Sarlacc.
That's it. Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's
I
not.
know
That's
the one
the
you're
ground
thinking
thing.
of. Yeah. You're
The
thinking
thing
of the
that
giant.
Luke crushes on its head. The growler.
What's it called?
Right, let's do a pause, and then we're editing us saying it, and then continue. Yeah,
The Rancor.
that one.
The Rancor. It was the Rancor. I don't even know where we were. What the fuck were we talking about?
I was
You're
begging with my hat
You're
on.
begging with your not flat cap on.
Okay.
Okay. You've been approached by an angry man though.
Why is he angry?
He's not too happy because he has seen you
He's been begging before.
in previous days, begging on the street, and his wife has come home to him one evening, very angry, because a beggar has been groping her.
Oh Christ!
You've been groping his wife, James.
Have
What
I
have you been
Lennied
doing
her?
that for?
And did she have a pretty red dress on? Right, so he's not happy with me.
He's not happy with you at all. In fact, he's giving you a little shove.
Oh Christ!
It's not looking good. But you know, you've had your breakfast.
I have.
You've kept your strength up.
I'm full of energy.
You're full of energy.
I feel like if I didn't choose to eat this, he would have kicked the crap out of me.
He would have done. Yeah, he
would have
very much. It's on the
absolutely-
flowchart,
Is it?
James. You
Absolutely
would have been
battered me.
destroyed. But it's fine. You've had your
I
breakfast.
have.
So you've seen him off. You've given him a little beating. You've warned him.
I'm beating.
You've said, "I'll grope your wife whenever I like."
No,
sir."
bloody please. I'm a very sexually aggressive pauper.
So you've lamped the guy.
Right, okay.
You've lamped him. He's now on the floor, and being a peasant, you know, it's not an ideal situation. You don't want to be a criminal too, but you do need money. So you're gonna.
See, I don't mind being a criminal.
You are. Well, there we go.
I will happily steal
You're a
from this man.
grotty little criminal peasant,
Wee.
and you've stolen from him. You've looted him.
I've looted him.
You've taken
I've
his
held B.
little purse of gold. And what's the first thing a peasant's gonna do when he gets some gold? He's gonna go dicing.
Dicing?
At the local tavern. He's gonna go dicing. You're gonna try and
God,
win
I
some
didn't
more.
see this.
He put it all on the line,
Okay.
right? So it's going well for you.
What,
Your
dicing?
luck is on your side today. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Luck is on your
I
side.
haven't
You've
died
been
yet.
raking it in. You're piling in the gold. So much so.
I can leave my sickly family behind.
No, someone's accused you of cheating.
Oh,
They're not too
Christ.
happy about it. They're really like stepping up to you again. And although you had your rotten meat for breakfast, you're a little unsure as to whether or not you can take this guy. He's pretty fucking big.
God.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna try and pay him off with some of your winnings, or do you fancy your chance? Are you gonna fight him?
Right, if I fight him and lose, is he taking all my items?
I mean,
is
we
he
don't know,
looting
do
me
we?
back?
We're not in the future, are we, James?
No, we're not. We are both peasants, and you're a humble storyteller.
I am.
See, because I don't want to give my money, because I feel like this opportunity doesn't come around much for me.
It doesn't. It's
seeing
not
as
often you mug a man whose wife you previously groped.
I've got a groping out of it.
Mm.
Is it worth it?
I mean, you do have a wife and kids.
Oh, I do. I'm gonna pay him.
You're gonna pay him.
I want him to pay him and bugger off.
Okay. Right. Here we go. So you've paid him.
Yeah.
You're best friends.
Whee!
He's a real big fan of you. You've given him money.
God, that's worked.
Yeah. So you're gonna sort of spend the rest of the day with him, dicing and drinking, having a great time. You think you might have a real friendship for life here.
Can I hire him like Bronn of the Blackwater?
You can do.
Can I?
You can.
Is
So
that
he's
is that
your
the
little,
next
he's your
thing?
little mercenary now.
Ooh.
Right? You've got a little
Actually,
mercenary.
no, because that's my only money. I've not got any other source of income.
Oh.
He's like a parasitic worm draining me of it.
Okay.
I don't want him.
You've instantly second guessed yourself there. Okay. All right, you've had a good night anyway. You've made a friend.
Yeah.
You still come home with some winnings despite having paid the guy off.
Do I stink of mead?
You do think of meat, but it's fine. Your wife loves you anyway. Your
Bless
kids
her.
are happy that you brought them home some meat
Even
that
my-
isn't rotten.
Is even my sickly daughter?
Your sickly daughter. What's she got? What's your daughter got?
She's got smallpox.
Smallpox.
Was that around that time? I mean, they go to be bubonic plague, but I didn't want to be.
Too cliche.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's a bit too cliche, isn't it?
Okay.
Chlamydia.
Why has your daughter got chlamydia? She's 6 years old,
Oh
James.
God, is she?
Christ.
Okay, she's got boob on.
You go to bed.
I do.
You wake up the next day and you have a pretty similar day, you know, except the meat you have that morning is fresh because of all your winnings, you know.
Brilliant.
You've still got a bunch of gold just left over in your cupboards.
I want to specifically know how much this bunch is before
You've got
I start
like
throwing
a
it
good
around.
couple of satchels, you know.
Have
That's
I got
what you
a
carry around in those
Triceratops
days.
worth?
You don't have quite a Triceratops. You have maybe like a Velociraptor, you know,
A Velociraptor.
a Velociraptor of gold.
We'll cross this next dinosaur of the day. Will.
Right. You've got enough gold, so you're gonna go out whoring with your new best buddy from the
Right,
the
you've
dicing
just given
establishment.
me a grilling because I've left my wife at home with my sickly kids.
Yeah.
And now you're part of the story that you've thought up is I'm going out whoring.
Oh, it's fine though. You've got money. You can pay them. You're not groping this time. You know,
I'm
it's,
not
it's all
groping.
legal.
It's
Yeah.
they're just gonna
You've taken a
rub
step
themselves on me.
Yeah, for money. So
Right.
it's a fair trade.
Do they have pretty red dresses on as well?
They do. In fact, you've gone to a
Ooh.
really high-end establishment here. You know, the girls are like properly perfumed.
See, if
and-
this was me, I
Right.
know I would have gone to the roughest place going and sort of scrounged my money.
right,
I don't think I would have dropped it all in one go.
so you're trying to make your daughter feel better about the fact that she's got chlamydia, are you? Oh look,
I thought
honey, Daddy's got chlamydia too.
I thought we decided that she didn't have chlamydia.
Oh,
and
did
she,
we?
in fact, had a cheeky boob on.
a cheeky poop.
Little boobono Play-Doh.
Okay, right. So you've gone to a cheap old whorehouse.
Okay. Have
Right.
I ruined the story though by saying that?
No,
Because I
it's
can
fine.
revert
It's
back.
fine. We're okay. We're in a cheap old whorehouse.
Okay.
But they have got very nice sheets, all the same.
Ooh.
Like 200
I
thread
feel like
count
this
sheets,
is
right?
a mainstay of the story. That's why the sheets just remain nice.
200 thread count sheets. You're really going out. You're having a
What's
great
the top
time.
level of the
You're having a
duvet?
great time with Barbara. She's called
Barbara.
Whore. You've gone to a cheap
You little
establishment. You know, Barbara.
Cheeky barbs.
And just as you know, you're getting into the groove of things. You've shit the bed.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh
James.
no! What have you done?
Oh, peasant James.
Oh dear. I mean, why have you shit the bed?
Is
You
she
sort of
asking
think
me
back.
this?
Yeah, I mean, you need to think back to the past few days.
That
you
fucking
know.
chicken.
That fucking rotten meat.
Are you joking?
What were you doing? I mean, she's kicking off. She's not happy about it. You ruined her 200 thread
But I
count
charred
sheets.
it. I really charred it.
You think you did, but you didn't.
God.
And the establishment owner, he's overheard it. He's come in the door. He's not happy at all. You've made a complete mess of the place. He's kicked you out. He's given you a little beating first, and he's
Why have I
kicked you
been
out.
beaten?
You shit the bed. James.
I know, but
You
can
shit
I not?
their 200 thread sheet.
Can I
thread
not-
sheet.
Thread sheet sheet.
Thread count sheets.
How much shit could a thread sheet shit if a thread sheet could shit?
So you've shit the bed. You've been knocked about a bit and kicked out, and you
Okay.
crawled home again to your wife, your loving wife and child.
Have I got shit under my fingernails and
You're
stuff?
you're shitting everywhere.
Oh,
Jane. It's
God.
awful. And unfortunately, it looks like you've got dysentery from
Amazing.
that damned rotten meat that you decided to eat that morning. And
But I
you
would have
know
got
what?
beaten up otherwise.
You know what else? Your whole family. You shared out that rotten meat with them all.
I
You
did,
chopped
didn't
it up.
I?
You gave it to the door.
Why was I
Everyone's
so
super
generous?
ill. And
They're not just ill,
you've all
super ill.
died of dysentery.
Who died?
You've died.
that's
That
game
was-
over.
That was it. That's the game over screen. Life is a peasant, James. Dysentery. It's your worst enemy.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh, we can have like James in the different ages.
I'm annoyed. I feel like I did honestly.
Is there
when
a
I
way
was,
to win? So I would have
no.
been. This is very much in games, you know, when it says, "Oh, make a decision,"
Yeah.
and then but the same thing happens anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it
And
didn't
so when you
quite- it's
go,
not
do
quite
you
the
go
same
through the
thing.
tunnel? And then the character would go, yeah, come on, let's go through the tunnel. Then if you click no, and he goes, oh, stop being a pussy, let's go through the tunnel.
Yeah.
So what we decide on a name for that?
I don't know.
I like James Through Time.
James. Yeah, go for it. James through time.
James Through Time. That's all for this show. We hope you had a good time, and remember to spread all those Triceratops facts around,
Triceratops.
the Triceratops, and we hope to see you at dusk or dawn next time.